Man, hopefully that glare isn't too bad. It's early in the morning, and I had to go back to the music. If you've been paying attention to my channel, man, y'all know I had the music rocking sometimes. Of course, a couple of the uploads were kind of spur of the moment in places that are unmentionable. But that's what my lifestyle has been. That's what I had to adapt and do. So you adapt, right? But shout out to somebody who just tuned back in. Brooklyn, if you watching, you like, yo, where the Hugh Hefner jacket? Hugh Hefner robe. So I put it back on. And I decided to make this upload because what was on my mind, I didn't want to lose track. We gonna let that music just ride out for a second, man. And you know me, man, I don't care how I look. My beard is crazy. I don't even have no beard oil in. I haven't shaved. I got home late last night from work. But I'm so appreciative of the people that tune into this channel, that tune into me, that support me. My day ones, like the person I just met. And then the new people that have found my channel too, man. I really appreciate it. So nonetheless, man, Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict. Man, hopefully that glare isn't too bad. 20-year recovering abusive sex addict. No filters, no edits, no redos. Some people got to have the lighting correct, everything correct, cameras, this and that. I got stuff I want to do for this channel, but for right now, early in the morning, what you see is what you get, man. This is how I really look. Fresh out the bed in the morning. I don't care, man. Like, you need to be yourself, which is kind of unheard of for most content creators and people on YouTube to begin with. They got filters, they got all types of apps to make them look this or that. Nah, man, this is how I really look. Fitness is a big part of my life. If you look at other videos, you see I'm in shape, but I don't glorify it. I just try to inspire people to become the best version of yourself. Cornerstone of my channel. This upload is no different. And pardon me, man, I got the allergies, like my nose keeps, I need to take some Claritin or Zyrtec or something. But like I just said, man, no filters, no edits, no nothing. The channel that is not in YouTube's algorithm, the channel that never asks you to like, comment, subscribe. It's my pain, my suffering, my life, my everything, man. I bear it all on this. And I try to be as transparent as possible and hold myself accountable, as you should too. I've been saying that from day one. I talk about a lot of things, but mainly my sex addiction. And I've gone off from that in the last couple uploads, but this needs to be talked about. And this is from my point of view. This is my experiences, things that I've gone through. So nonetheless, two things about women that I think guys need to realize, especially young men. And so many people on here want to paint women when they talk about them in a bad light. That's not what I do. I talk about my experiences and how it relates to what's going on in society and what people can learn from. The first thing is that women aren't fair. You know, they're fair to their feelings. And what I mean by that is you can make the necessary improvements. You could get in shape. You can hire your education, further your education. You can do everything that you can to max out your attributes, and that woman will still may not like you. Why? Who knows? But you shouldn't discourage yourself, and you shouldn't improve yourself just for somebody else. You should always do it for you, because if it's not genuine, a woman's going to see through that. And also, you won't be able to sustain it either. Excuse me. Another thing is, I joke about this all the time. But look, man, if you look good, you got good hair, good skin, good dick, excuse my language, please, don't flag me, YouTube. But if you got what they're looking for, they're going to sleep with you. Some things are just genetics. You see, I come on here, I don't care how I look, man. Do you know I only started growing my beard because I stopped caring? I started growing my hair because cuts were too expensive. But I only grew this out. Look at my earlier videos, man. I didn't care about how... Actually, no. My earlier videos, I had a lineup, man. I was presentable. I was new to this YouTube thing. So I cared a little bit more about my presence and appearance. I don't give a damn now. Along the way, I didn't realize that a certain type of woman would like this. I didn't grow out this beard just because I wanted to impress somebody. I did it because I drive a truck. I stopped caring. And a certain demographic found that appealing. You know how many women I've said, oh, Jared, I'll never have your baby. No, I'm not going to. Please, man. Like I said, you look good. You got good hair, good deed, this, that. Excuse my language, man. They going to sleep with you and they going to keep that baby too. It is what it is. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And I ain't no player. Something that a woman said to me that had been in my life for so long. She was kind of like my bottom bit. She was a good friend. Excuse my language. But this is true, man. Everything I say on here is true. She had come up to me one day. And if it wasn't for her, man, certain things that she'd done for me, I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now. And that's the truth. She let me stay in the house for free. She even let me stay with her when I had another girlfriend I was already sleeping with. And personally, I think you watch this channel to begin with. I think there's a few women I've slept with that watch my channel but try to hide they. I don't say they subscribe, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, man. I don't care, man. I just try to tell my story and try to be as honest as possible. And I don't see anyone else on YouTube doing that. I do this on my channel. But there's a woman that helped me, and she had been there for a long time. Through all my mistakes, going to jail various times. I had kids, multiple women. She was always someone that was there for me. And like I said, she let me stay in her house when I had a whole nother girl. She even tried to sleep with me. And I said no. That's the last thing I wanted to do and complicate that, man. What I look like sleeping with you when I still got somebody else in my life? Are you probably watching this? But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now, because that help, that stepping stone allowed me to get where I needed to go and to get through some hard times. But it's something that she said to me that was so true, that was so honest, and no woman had ever said that. She was like, Jared, just because somebody likes you and loves you and wants to be with you doesn't mean that you need to sleep with every girl who shows you attention. And something so simple as that, like, it dawned on me, like, damn, I'm not saying every girl who found me attractive I slept with, but for the most part, who showed genuine interest and wanted to be with me, I ended up sleeping with them. Like, I'm a sex addict. Like, I'm always going to be that. I'm not going to sit over here and candy coat nothing. And let me tell you something. All these dudes out here talking about they get women, they do this, they do that. They ain't all out here sleeping with dimes, 9s and 10s. No, you going to find yourself sleeping with some unmentionables. I've done it. I've slept with some females I definitely regret. Wake up the next morning like, damn, I really did that? Yeah, you did. Let me turn this down, man. I've done some women I'm not proud of. And I've also slept with some women that I can't really remember. And when you have a problem like I do, sometimes you forget names and faces, but you remember just certain attributes about women. Or this one had big areolas, or this one was, you know, she had I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get flagged. But there's just certain features you remember. You remember how this person's private parts looked, or she had a big this, or she had small this, or this one had cankles. Yo, shout out to you with the cankles. But I swear, man, I can't lie about this. The truth is, women aren't fair. The truth is, what works for one may not work for the other. The bottom line is, you want to max out your stats. If you do that and stop paying attention to what's going on around you, and put yourself first, you're going to put yourself in the best position to succeed. You cannot change the game, and out here, the playing field isn't level, and it's getting worse every day. But there are still good women out here. They're just probably not online. They're probably not watching these videos. You probably don't see them. The women that you do see, you probably want to stay away from. And I know I'm talking a little bit too much, so I'm going to wrap this up. I wanted to talk about porn and masturbation and stuff like that, but I had to come on here and tell the truth about my sex addiction. And also the help I've gotten along the way. And if I can help someone on this journey, then making content, uploading in this channel to begin with, that's why I do it. Not to make money, not to give y'all my Cash App, not for comments, likes, subscribes. If I can just help one person, then I've done my job. This is Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict, 20-year recovering abusive sex addict. No filters, no edits, no nothing. Y'all see me? I don't do none of that. You know my name, you know my slogan. Discernment over delusion. Live and stand for something greater than one's own self-gratification. I love y'all. Got the Hugh Hef on. And I'm out.